Alright gang, welcome back to Let's Play Call of Juarez Gunslinger, where we're doing the finale. Yeah, if you've just joined us, we're a guy who goes and kills outlaws because of vengeance. You should watch the rest of it for context, but let's get started.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I suspected something along those lines.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Revenge or redemption? Okay, I want to go... in character I want to go revenge, but I'm the type of person who would go redemption. Okay, I want to see redemption, because I find it... I'm interested to see how they would do this and have it
why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
The music is great right here. Alright, and that appears to be the end of Call of Juarez Gunslinger. I guess I should wait until the credits actually start rolling. Alright. So yeah, that's the end of Call of Juarez Gunslinger, or at least the redemption ending. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I really enjoyed this game. Like I said, I think it did a really good job of reinforcing its own playstyle by one, keeping to a very small set of, well, not a very small set, but keeping to a relatively small set of mechanics, really refining them, and then using them in interesting ways, rather than trying to introduce kind of one-off mechanics, which can feel kind of cheesy and frequently leads to really rough and unpolished mechanics. Also, I think it had a strong story, with enough humor elements that it was nice and light, but maintaining a strong enough central narrative that it wasn't overly joking and you took at least the parts they wanted you to take seriously. Yeah, I like how they use the modern storyline to frame the past, and how they used the nature of the narrative itself to shape how it was done out. Yeah. I really like this game. And as mentioned previously, they used a lot of the reward system really well in terms of experience and quick time bar to encourage you to play it as a fast shooter, although it didn't punish you for paying it however you wanted to play it. Yeah, really enjoyed it, so I'm just gonna mostly just kind of let us watch the credits. For those of you who haven't watched one of my other game endings, I like to include the credits rolling because I feel like I'm playing this game and the people who made it deserve credit for it. Yeah, so if you don't want to watch the credits, you can, well, leave. But I'm going to leave them here because these guys deserve credit, especially this game, which I really, really liked. Oh man, I kind of wonder how good the previous games in the series were. Because this is a game in a series. I've never heard of the series prior to buying this game. I can't remember why I bought this game. Presumably a Steam sale at some point. Or was it a Humble Bundle? I cannot remember, but I'm really glad I picked it up. I heartily recommend you picking it up if you're looking for a fun and fast shooter. Oh man, I just thought, what game am I going to have next on this day? I have plenty of horror games in the backlog. Generally speaking, Saturday and Tuesday, I guess, are horror game, the days for horror games, and then Monday and Thursday are for platformers. Because the thing is, that's mostly because I have a lot of horror and platformer games, and I didn't want to run too many of the same genre at the same time. But that leaves Sunday and Wednesday for kind of an other category, which is why it's been kind of just all over the place with Hatful Boyfriend and Her Story, and now Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Yeah, so I honestly have no idea what'll come next. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I'm currently just going by Steam games that I haven't farmed all the Steam cards for, which it generally is the older stuff, but I don't mind it. But again, if you have any suggestions, that's as much a metric to go by as any. Alright, and that's the end. You get New Game Plus. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time on whatever Let's Play you decide to join me on. I'll see you then.